5,000 Role Model program was started before I started teaching over 27 years ago by then Principal Frederica Wilson. She saw a need for Black males who had absenteeism in the home of the fathers. And so they needed strong male role models.
What I remember most about the program is the lessons that we've been taught.
To mind your own space. What I mean by that is, let's say somebody's talking in your class and you say to be quiet, both of you guys are going to get in trouble because you told that person to be quiet. You should just mind your own business and the person that's talking, make them get in trouble.
He wants us to worry about ourselves before we worry about others, because if we're worried about somebody else completing something and we don't complete our stuff first, then we'll be behind instead of the other person because you didn't want to focus on what you're doing.
He always says to make good decisions, think before you act, because he brought in a speaker who is a corrections officer, so he deals with people in jail, and he was talking about how we don't want to end up there, so we need to think before we act. For example, on a test sometimes, you are just, if you're just speeding through the test, you need to think before you answer a question so you don't get it wrong and get a bad grade.
Something that Officer McNeil always says is, the true character of a man is what he does when no one else is watching.
Can you give me an example, of something that you've done when no one else is watching that's a good thing?
One time, a lady's cat escaped, and I had to go across the street to go get it, and I had to chase it for a good 2 hours.
I'm in second grade because they let me in a program because the Officer McNeil saw I had something in me and he wanted to get me in the 5,000 Role Model. Officer McNeil is very kind because he gets stuff for people and makes sure they're okay. Sometimes when he used to come in here, he would give us a big bag of popcorn.
For example, I saw he give a helmet for a kid who was riding a bicycle.
Officer McNeil told me about helping my family. That's a really great thing.
Dressing up in the fancy outfit, clean, nice, I kind of look good, Yeah, I agree with you. I feel very special. I feel like I'm gonna get complimented. People say you look good, Darren, and wow, you look very clean. And I feel so happy inside me.
I'd like to thank Officer McNeil for making this organization. It's made us all a gentleman.
Always act like a gentleman whenever you're doing anything for them. For example, holding the door open, or if they're carrying too many things, you can ask to help them carry some of it. Open the door for them. Pull out their chairs, be respectful.
With the Eagle Leaders, they help bring little kids to their classroom and they help out teachers. And Officer McNeil always told us that we have to be an inspiration to the little ones so that they could grow up to be responsible and nice, and they're not mean and rude and disrespectful.
I'm grateful that Officer McNeil saw a need and he filled in the gap. And that's just who he is, because even outside of 5,000 Role Models, I've seen him help around the school, and he even acknowledged me as being a veteran, so that really made me feel special. So I'm grateful for Officer McNeil. I see the impact of what he's doing, and I'm just so glad he was assigned to our school. He adds to what we're doing as teachers. We know we have to service the entire child, and he helps us do that. And I know you are making an impact that will be affect our boys and all our students' lives in the future as they grow and mature into adults.